Do you like tomatoes as much as I do? We'll find out now. For today's dish, we need 4 medium tomatoes. Cut each into small cubes, removing the stalk. The sharper the knife, the easier it will be to cope with this task. Interestingly, tomatoes were considered poisonous for a long time and were grown exclusively for decorative purposes. It's good that this has shown not to be the case for a long time, because natural ripe tomatoes have a great taste. Finish slicing and put a pan on the stove. Pour 2 tablespoons of olive oil into it. In order not to waste time, we'll need to deal with the garlic. 2 or 3 cloves need to be chopped finely. Be aware that fresh garlic should be firm and dry, and the most delicate taste is found in the medium-sized heads. I think we've got a taste for it. It's time to finish this up. We send the garlic to the preheated frying pan. Add a pinch of red pepper. Sauté until the garlic is golden brown. Just 1 minute is enough for this. And here it's time for the tomatoes. We send the sliced fruit to the pan, properly salting and peppering. Thanks to this, they will have a juicy taste. Do not forget to stir the tomatoes with a spatula. See how much liquid is released? Just what you need. Mix again and leave on the fire. We continue to simmer the tomatoes, slightly crushing the pieces with a spoon to get a more even mass. This should be done until we get something similar to a sauce. Add 1 tablespoon of butter and let it melt. So far, our dish resembles a salsa sauce, but this is far from the end. Rub in about 2 tablespoons of Parmigiano Reggiano. This will help balance the sour tomato flavor. By the way, if you didn't know, good cheese can save any, even the most disastrous dish. Fortunately, that does not pertain to us. So far, everything is working out perfectly. Mix the cheese so that it starts to melt evenly. The base of our dish is ready. You can proceed to the next step. We break 6 chicken eggs into a frying pan. Take the best ones. They're the largest and, as a rule, the most delicious. Before heating up the eggs, we'll have to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Top with a little more Parmigiano Reggiano. You can never have enough of this cheese. With it, any dish gets even more richer and has a more pronounced taste. You can cover with a lid and cook until the eggs curdle. It seems that's all. Add a little fresh basil. Just tear the leaves with your hands. This will allow you to keep the maximum amount of vitamin C in them. This combination of colors is just perfect. We prepared all this with our own hands. Chicken with potatoes. Today we are preparing a hearty and inexpensive dish. Chicken fillets are put into form. It's better to use the thigh, so it'll turn out juicier. Add salt to the chicken, sprinkle with ground black pepper and Italian herbs. This will add a little extra taste and enhance the aroma. Grate a clove of garlic on a fine grater. If you want its taste to be milder and its smell to be muted, first remove the core. We clean all the garlic from the grater and move on. Pour over the fillet with olive oil. 1 tablespoon is enough. And make sure to massage it in. This will help the spices to penetrate deeper into the meat and soften the layers, which will make the chicken more tender. By the way, this process is very exciting and also has a beneficial effect not only on the chicken, but also on our psyche. But all good things come to an end. The chicken is almost ready to bake, evenly distributed in a pan, and you can prepare the other ingredients. We take a pre-peeled onion head and cut it first in half, and then into quarters, and then into small pieces. Be careful. The surface of the onion is quite slippery. Make sure your fingers don't slip. We send the chopped onion into the baking dish. We cover the entire chicken evenly. You can mash the filet and onion up a little. The onion will give a juice that perfectly softens the meat. The side dish for the bird today will be potatoes. We take 4 pre-peeled and washed potatoes of medium size and cut into small pieces. Pay attention to their thickness. It should not be too large, otherwise the potatoes will not be baked. We send the potatoes to the chicken and onions. Be sure to add salt and pepper. Without this garnish, it won't turn out tasty. Spread the potatoes with the spatula around the entire perimeter of the pan. The slices can be partially moved under the chicken, so they will turn out more delicious due to the juiciness of the bird. Pour 150 milliliters of heavy cream into the mold. They will give the dish a delicate, creamy taste. Be sure to cover with foil. Do not leave any gaps through which steam will escape. We send it to the oven for 45 minutes. The temperature is 180 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, we'll grate the cheese on a coarse grater. We will need 100 grams of cheddar. The texture of this type of cheese is distinguished by its plasticity. In addition, the correct cheddar is an ivory color. No time was wasted. While we were preparing the cheese, the chicken is almost ready. Remove the foil from the pan and sprinkle the dish with the grated cheese. Put it in the oven for another 10 minutes, but without the foil. The cheese is melted and the dish is browned. You can take it out. Sprinkle with fresh parsley before serving. Look how tender and soft the meat turned out. Just like we wanted. Bon appetit!